Hello everyone. This is Fool Beefy here, and I am a 1800 plus Guardian Druid for RPGs. And I think I've been seeing that some people tend to have some trouble getting 1800 or staying there, and I kind of half-assedly can kind of just get there and chill there without like trying to be like the greatest player in the world. And it probably, if I tried harder, I could get into 1900 or maybe if I'm really lucky 2K. But as far as just playing, and just kind of being a bum, trying my hardest, I can burst up to 1800 and just kind of chill there. But I think I would do this to show little tips on if any of you wanting to get to 1800 or confused on how to get there. This would be just a quick little like overview. Well, not super quick, but it would just be kind of an overview of how to jump in and get into the 1800 bracket and hopefully stay there. So, first tip I would say is that you're going to want to use OQ add-on. Now, some people would say, oh, well, I get crummy groups in OQ, it's hit and miss. And that's true, but also if you're with a guild or a set group, you don't get to push content that often. You don't get much practice time in because you'll be what's it it's like you only play every Tuesday, and then you play for like 5-6 games, which is actually a long period of time. You're like, guys, I gotta go. All right, good game. But it takes much longer than that to push rating. Sometimes you just gotta really grind it out, and then it's just like you gotta find games, keep playing. And so for me, I always lead groups, and then I always call the strategies. And I suppose there's probably better players out there who could call better strategies than me. But there's obviously a lot of worse people out there who call even worse strategies. So I know if I'm calling it, it'll at least be 1800-ish rated strategies. So that's good to know. So yeah, do OQ. Make your own groups, call your own strategies. I like OQ also because even though it doesn't seem like you play with random people, or it seems like you play with random people, you can always. A lot of times, I always tend to bump into the same people all the time in OQ also, and then they friend people with their battle tag, and then when I have them friend on the battle tag, I'll do broadcasts and say, hey guys, think of making an RBG team, or sometimes I'll make like a simple little Google document sheet and just do a broadcast. Say, hey guys, we played some games before. I'm gonna do a sign up. Link your current ratings because I don't like and then games we played. If I played enough with someone, I remember them. I'm like, oh, they were fun to play with. I do it that way, and I think that works better in the guild anyway. And also, I try not to play with people too much lower rated than me because then it kind of skews my points, so I don't get very many points per win. So I try to keep it roughly about, maybe 50, 60 points lower than me, which at 1800, sometimes you have to wait for a while because I guess it's just the lower rating you are, the easier it is to find groups. But the higher rating you go, it takes a little longer because people aren't as good. But then you win more and have more fun. So that's a note on that. So yeah, I just go over just a couple quick talk on Guardian Druidness in general, which is probably good to hear or know about, even if because Guardian Druids are really important for high-rated RPG teams. And then so even if you're not playing one, it's good to know about how they play so that you could tell a friend who's thinking of rolling one or so forth like that if you want to push content. So um, let's see. So here I am. I am an armory. I'm in my healing gear though, so because I was raid healing, but that's okay. So I'm just gonna go over some talents. Displacer Beast. This is really good because if everyone's attacking you, you can Displacer Beast away, and they won't hit you. Um, yeah, say you have a flag, renewal, you can heal yourself. That's really great when you mod Ursac because then it increases your health, which then you get more heal from renewal. And then with the glyph of mod Ursac, then you get a lot of health coupled with renewal, so you can set that to macro, mod Ursac renewal. Yeah, so if you're ever trying to kill a Guardian Druid and all of a sudden he has like a million health, that's basically the spell he used with renewal. Um, Typhoon. This is really great to knock people back. Force of Nature. This is really good. If you're playing like AB and you're swiping the flag, trying to keep people from gridding it, and you see people around, you can tab Force of Nature, tab Force of Nature, tab Force of Nature, and then you'll have 3 treants just banging away at someone, helping you spin the node. Make sure that you have it set up in your keybind so that tab will always tab to a nearby player. Because I think the default is tab will just tab to anything close by to you. So if there's like a shaman with a whole bunch of totems up, or hunter's pet or something like that, if you don't have it set up, it'll actually tab to one of those, which really sucks. So yeah, so you want to set that up. Vortex, this is really great. Just kind of holds people in place. And Heart of the Wild, I really like this because you can use rejuvenation while in bear form. So while you're in bear form, you take a lot less damage, and then you can also do a fairly decent heal to yourself while staying in your highest damage absorption form. So and you can do that for 42 seconds. Now it isn't like your biggest cooldown, but it's a fairly decent one, and I feel it's really worth it for that. Glyph of Barkskin. It's just extra damage absorption. Glyph of Prowl. This one I really like a lot because you can stealth around really quickly. A lot of people will just try to jump on you and slow you down. If you're on a flag map and you want to get across the map to the flag room, you're probably going to need to stealth so that they don't all just attack you and slow you down. And then if you have Glyph of Prowl and you pop dash, then you're going across the map really, really quickly. So that's really good. Wanted Versailles, I've already went over this. And yeah, so as far as sockets go, just put stam and everything. I mean, this is all my healing gear, but yeah, generally you just put stam in every single socket, and even also in your meta socket for your helm, put stam in there too, and like minus spell damage or plus armor or something like that. But yeah, you need a yeah, so you just need stam and everything. Try to get your health as humanly possible. A really good macro. Yeah, just something to help you cycle through your swiping and mingling. Swipe, thrash, mingle, something like that. So, and then I usually set that up to a keybind, just a shift space bar. And then since I have tabs set up to always hit a player, I run to a flag node like an AB tab to nearest person, shift space, and then I hold shift and just spam press space bar, and then I move forward while holding down the left and right mouse key, and this keeps spam pressing space bar, and it just shifts through all my different spells because so they don't have DRs, and so I don't have to like think about clicking this spell and that spell, this spell and that spell. It'll just cycle through them for me. So yeah, something like this really helpful. It makes things way simpler. Yeah. So I think that's it. Also a note on what the teams the setup I really like to have. Well, I like to have Death Knight for target calling, gripping in targets. Here, guy, kill this target, grips him in, everyone attacks it, something like that. I like having a hunter because he can set a node. So like, okay, who's guarding farm? Oh, let's make the hunter grab farm. Rogue, for ninja capping and for stealthing people around, and Shroud, and a Shadow Priest because Shadow Priest can slow people down a lot. And then besides that, I don't know, like some classes, Moonkin. Oh, I guess the Moonkin works. Elemental Shaman, Mage, something like that. Warlock. I mean, it's just kind of whatever. I just like those classes, DPS classes, for those reasons. And yeah, so go in here and you can see my win loss ratio on different maps, and you can check this out on your own in case you ever want any self feedback. So yeah, it's just gonna go over each map and say the strategies I like to use and why I use them. So here on Warsong, what I really like to do is I like to lead have 3 people back in the flag room at the start. Which has a different mentality in the center, so you can't just have everyone charge out like you're going to try to kill everyone. You leave 3 people back, and people charge out and they hang back as much as they can, but not too far back, and then they come in, and then they kind of kite around, throw CCs, just try to hold them like you're spinning a flag node like a Guardian Druid or something. And then they come in here, you want to have like a rogue shadow priest, burst in, slowing them, and then something like a mage or a hunter, go in there and burst them down. Healer comes in, throw a few CCs on the healer, then kill. And with 3 pill there, you can definitely kill a guardian druid by himself, even with him popping his cooldowns. Uh, but usually, if you try to keep him stunned, it keeps him from popping his cooldowns. I'll go out to about here, go into stealth, try to get a count. How many people are here? Oh, looks like they might have someone back. Then I'll have a healer come with me. If not, then I'll go in by myself. So you play it by ear based upon what you see. Um, and it is risky going in there. So I usually, if it looks like they have someone there, I'll try to get them. But sometimes it is a waste to bring a healer into the flag room when there's no one there to heal you. If you don't get a kill at the beginning, I'll just have all my whole group go into the center. I'll hang back a little bit behind them and just keep wiping them. Wait till stacks build up, and then they push, and then I run back, and then a few people run back with me. So that way we can kind of help maintain the numbers as opposed to me immediately going across here and just waiting while my whole team just is kind of confused. It's like we all run to the center, just keep wiping them. I hang back a little bit, and yeah, that's basically it for Warsong. If we have a lead and there's like 3 or 4 minutes left and we want to just gauntlet it, I'll just basically run up to the top. Everyone will kind of come up here and we'll just kind of keep wiping them and killing them as they come in. I like giving symbiosis to a hunter so I can throw down some freezing traps, slow them down. When they get up to here, try to typhoon them down to the ground. And yeah, that's basically all I do here, and it tends to work for the most part. So yeah, so that's Warsong. Let's see. Well, that's what's been winning for me currently in the past. So, um, Twin Peaks, same thing here. 3 back. Don't charge right in. Chill for a little bit. If you do get the opening kill, just like Warsong, you got to have people do 2 things: escort me across, like a mage grip me, because they're probably gonna try to kill me and out of desperation with everything they got, and then also they're going to try to pick up the flag and then go to the graveyard, hand it off to their guardian druid. So, or if they don't have a guardian druid, a rogue's just going to take it and try to kite everywhere. So, yeah, so, get me across and then have everyone kind of go back in there and try to CC them off the node and try to wipe them in the room. But you just have everyone push back in. And so, yeah, that's basically the same thing as here. It's a little bit different to Gauntlet at the top because there's not as much room like you have in Warsong, but the wall, just like here in Alliance, our Horde side, they'll have to come out, and it's really easy to typhoon them off if you just kind of chill back by the door, and then as soon as they go there, just typhoon, knock them off. So it's easier to knock them off with typhoon. And then they go back to the bottom and they have to run back up again, and then they have to go through the wave of all your teammates there. So that helps out a lot. So yeah, that's Twin Peaks. Battle for Guineas is one of my weaker maps, so I don't feel up to the challenge of explaining how to do this map. So Battle for Guineas, Temple. Let's see. So here's Temple. Yeah, basically for Temple, I just run in here, and then I grab a green orb, have someone else on my team grab the purple. I usually am not particular who it is because I'm just like, someone grab it, and then we go as a group, and then we push forward as a team, and then we just keep wiping them, getting on split reses, getting the orb, and then we held 3 orbs. If we actually push together as a group, and we get to these steps, that actually counts as being in the center. So if we just like go over here, grab, push together as like a ball, chill on these steps, and it's like it counts as being the center, and we're still kind of controlling the outside at the same time. So that's pretty sweet. And then they'll try to hold the orbs. If we have a big dominance of the outside and we have like 3, then we can kind of chill in the center. As a guardian druid, sometimes I'll go with my group, and then as they push forward here, I'll just jump down right in here because I can stay a lot. So I can still kind of stay out of harm's way and collect more points from the center. And then I can kind of kite from one side to the other, pop Displacer Beast, and go into Bear, do all my cooldowns. And I can, get like 460 points that way, just doing that all game. Like my teammates will have 120. So um, yeah, or I'll do it in this side and I'll go here and go there. So a lot of times I'll do that and I'll just grab lots and lots and lots of points for my team that way on this map. So yeah. Also to watch out for, if you have an orb and they dominant mind you, you immediately want to trinket that because they can dominant mind you and then a paladin can bubble you and then you'll drop the orb. And believe it or not, it does work and it sucks. So watch out for that. Uh, so silver shard mines. Let's see. All right, so here's silver shard mines. I like basically. I'm usually happier being the alliance on this one than the horde, but on the alliance side. But basically, I have me and a hunter go north. He throws down all his traps here. I'll give him some biosis so I can throw down a freezing trap there, and it's try to kill them, typhoon them into the water, and then have everyone else on my team, Zerg, water, or lava, depending on whether you're horde or alliance. And then yeah, so just me and a hunter go north. Everyone else push to the bottom, and then um, yeah, so we'll work it out. We'll go here about when it gets to about there, and it's just me and the hunter. I'll tell the hunter to break off and go wait by the node. So the hunter will go there and wait by the node, and then I'll cap the node. Then he'll be there, and he'll immediately get it because he's waiting there. And then I'll run there. I'll get to here, and then as soon as I get there, then he runs here, and then holds this off for anyone trying to ninja switch it, so that doesn't go all the way there, which would really blow and make it not worthwhile. Now, if they're zerging top and you can't really get top, generally what I'll do is I'll just try to attack a whole bunch, and then I'll have the hunter run around and switch the tracks. If it's so, just kind of screw them over, and then we both peel off and just try to figure something else out. But holding top with me and a hunter who's DPS, throwing traps on the bridge, typhooning them off, and yeah, because I can hold the top with like even like 3 or 4 people there. Pop, you know, the vortex, trapping, cyclone, typhooning. I can hold top from like 4 people for like a while. So, and then as long as and then that frees up to have the rest of your team zerg one of the carts and try to take it. So yeah, that's what I like to do on this map, and it tends to work for the most part. So that's Silver Shard Mines. Eye of the Storm. Let's see. So I really like to have a rogue in my group on this map, and that's because I go through the center. So say if we're on horde side, go through the center, have the rogue shroud everyone. Me and 2 healers will go straight, spin here. The rest of the team will go out this way and zerg a base. Obviously, we'll have 2 people go to each node. Try to get there as fast as humanly possible because when they grab a node really quickly, you can give you a couple of second point advantage, which may actually be the difference between a win or a loss if you stalemate and no one can make any progress anywhere. If you just grab the nodes quicker than the other team, that usually can be the 3 points of difference to win you the game. So yeah, so on right about here, on the horde side, it's on the left. On the light side, it's on the right. You can go down here, but you have to jump across a small gap, or else you'll fall and die. But on this side right here, there isn't. So usually that's why I do it everyone's, go into a shroud about here and go out this way and zerg a base, because it tends to be semi-noob proof, because at least that way they won't fall off like a noob. But and then I'll give a little marker on the rogue, like the orange circle, so and make sure everyone stays close to him as possible, so they stay in the shroud and they just stay mounted and run zerg a base. And usually that'll get us 3 bases, and then even if it doesn't work, they're not going to take center because we'll be there, spinning away with me and 2 healers. So, that's basically it. If we get the flag, I grab it, I kind of float around in the middle area and just kind of attack people, slow them down to the bases, and I can just hold that for the whole entire game until the very end, and then cap it right before it ends. Unless we hold in the middle, then I'll cap it, something like that. But that's basically Eye of the Storm in a nutshell. Let's see, Deep Gorge. Let's see. So here's Deepwood Gorge. Yeah, basically, if we're horde side, I'll send like 2 people south, Hunter Rogue. and then they'll shroud us around the south, and then throw any CCs if they have any spinners. If not, that's cool. And get the node. I'll displace the beast to the node, grab it a little quicker, and then rogue will peel out, go to center. Hunter will stay there, or mage or warlock or whatever you have. Or if you alliance, go there. There are teams that send some north, some south, some mid. I don't know. Usually don't do that, but I suppose that's like a good strat too, because I see good teams do it, but I haven't quite figured out how I feel about that one yet. But anyway, we'll get there. Then I'll have to stealth here. A big key to winning this map, which I guess people don't realize on low ratings, is that you want to have one dedicated cart slower. So you want to slow down their caps per game. So if you have a big guardian druid on their team with like a zillion hit points, and he just never dies and takes the whole team to try to attack him, barely do anything, can't even kill him because he doesn't take stacks. You just want to have one person on your team slowing them so that they don't cap as many times, cap that much, so you can cap more often than they do because you're capping quicker. So you're not trying to stop them from capping by killing them. You're just trying to slow down their process of capping. The two best classes for this is Rogue and Shadow Priest. Now, a lot of people don't understand that Shadow Priest is really, really good, but it is because you can fear, mind flay, dominate mind, make them run the wrong direction. And that's some people have the impression that a Death Knight's really good for this map for slowing because of the grips, and it's really not. And I play Guardian Druid, and Displace the Beast, shape shift out of some of their slows. It's not that really great. So it's like Shadow Priest is as good as a Rogue. Rogue's really good, sap them again, blind them, cheap shot, kidney shot, slowing poison, stuff like that. And that's really, really, really good. And so you just want to have one dedicated cart slower and force the nodes, try to take two nodes, slow the cart, cap carts. So that's basically this map in a nutshell. And, that's a decent, solid 1800 worst strategy. So there you go. Let's see, AB. Yeah, so basically, me and a couple of healers go center, spin this node. Sometimes we'll Zerg this, sometimes Zerg mine, sometimes we'll Zerg lumber mill. It kind of depends. There's pluses and minuses because lumber mill seems easier to get to a blacksmith, but also because of that, people tend to think it's a better thing to push. So if you strongly push mines, it might be really, really easy to take. So that's something to keep in mind if you take like 3 DPS to mines. And you'll be like, oh, I don't know, mines isn't that good a node to hold. I'd rather have lumber mill. But you're like, yeah, but because of that, they think that, and then they only send one person. Then you can just send 3 DPS and own them for sure, and then hold this node off, and then yeah, so that's basically that. That's basically AB. I just, me and someone else spin center. 2 healers. Sometimes it'll just be just one healer. Yeah, so that depends on this map, but that's basically the overall nutshell of the map. And I think that's it for all the maps. Another thing, as far as target switching goes and target calling, you want to have the target assist macro. So it's really simple. It's just whoever's ever in your group who's calling the targets. Say if the name of your player is, cool guy, high five or whatever his name is. You do /assist, cool guy. Whenever the cool guy Death Knight in your group says, "Hey guys, everyone on the druid," you have the macro there. You set it to keybind number 1. It says get on the druid. You press number 1, switch to the druid. So that to me is much easier target switching than say like, "Hey guys, attack the monk," and then they have like 3 monks on their team. Right? You say, "Hey guys, attack the druid," but they have 2 druids, and you're like, "Well, which druid? Do I attack the Moonkin? Do I attack the rest of the druid?" And they're like, "Guys, just attack them, and then you drag your mouse over, you click on the battleground target, which you're going to want to have. You don't know that already, but that's a really good add-on. And and then you click it, and then you'll click just a little bit off, and you click the wrong one, you click it again, and then it's slow. And then if you ever want on your whole entire team doing the target assist macro, which is just /assist space the name of the person calling the targets, set that to a keybind. That's really, really quick swapping of targets on your whole entire team. So yeah, that's a really good macro. General rule of thumb is maps like like AB. General rule of thumb, you don't want to leave like just one person guarding a node. So say you have lumber mill, you have blacksmith, and you have here. Don't just leave one person here. You want to have two people on your team at a node, even though it seems like this place is really under pressure, and you're really scared, and you're not, and then you're not knowing what to do, or you'll have someone floating. But it also they might have just two stealthies come in and just CC cap, take a node, and zerg it, or three people. So it's generally a good rule of thumb. Don't ever leave a healer to solo defend ever. That's just retarded and bad. So that's bad form. And yeah, that's it. I think if you guys follow those, you'll hit up to 1800. Should be no problem. Hope that's helpful. Um, and yeah, so that's so 1800. It's decent rating. It's not the highest, but it's not the worst. And yeah, so follow those tips, and you should be good to go. And yeah, so yep, and that's it.